Hello, everybody. Good something. Welcome to another live trading session. And today we'll try to look a little bit of on the past events. We'll be trying to find some setups if we get some. And as you are used to, it's just a normal live trading session that we are doing on a daily basis. Yeah. And today we'll be trying to do exactly the same thing. Scan the markets, find some setups, look over Bitcoin, Ethereum, some shitcoins here and there, create context and stuff like that. I posted the link on Twitter. Don't forget that we to retweet, comment. It helps a lot. That being said, let's trade. One second. Notifying everyone. All right. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. So let's start with Bitcoin and actually let's go on and do a fresh drawing. And let's understand what's happening on Bitcoin objectively, um, clearly, and fully transparent. Let's see what's going on here. Damn it. All right. So you can see that this was just a bullish retest of the previous all-time high. We just had a consolidation. This was a displacement candle, which basically what it is, it's actually changed this previous range highs into a range lows, retest, and now market should create a higher high. That's basically what's happening. And I do expect 124,000 to be hit quite fast and soon. So this area, it's pretty well respected. We can see the market is holding it pretty nicely. And there is no reasons to worry or whatsoever, yeah, on that regard. If we go on a 3 days time frame, let's see if I'm wrong. This channel is valid. It's not valid, but actually we can do it's double the channel or go with this one. I'm not too interested in that one actually. And this one is too steep. All right, let's not get one. Then. Also, you can see that market has retested this area multiple times here. And we have a confirmation of supply, and demand here. Well, if the market would be to retest this area again, that would be a bullish retest, and we should hop in with a potential long setup here. So have this one in your in your plan. If you go on a daily basis, what I like about this Monday candle is that we took everything, Sunday and Saturday low. We also took a Friday low, and essentially it closed like a dart mall. So it cleaned up all the liquidity from this event. All right. The ascending channel is still holding here, so I have no reasons to worry. I was waiting. I had some alarms last night on the swing failure of previous day low, of Monday low. It didn't happen. Because my draw of liquidity it's mainly this high and it wasn't met, so I do expect the market to go way higher. I don't know, I saw a lot of panic on X, but there is absolutely no reason for Bitcoin to top or dump from here. Absolutely no reason. It's just noise, and they are subjective because objectively speaking, based on market structure, there is absolutely no reason. All right. My shorting area would be when the price gets around here at this POC. There was lots of fighting in this area, you can see. And I do expect a potential rejection around here. So my only potential short that I'll be looking for would be around here, 118,000. Maybe I don't know, intra-session trade. I'll take a scalp short maybe. But as I said, I see absolutely no reason why we should go short here. And that's why we are already long. If you go on 30 minutes, you'll see multiple W's here in this area, double bottoming. And we have this setup running on with potentially 118,560. That's a 6.7 R. Not bad if you ask me. And let's go back on the daily time frame. If this one is taken out, definitely I'll go with a Monday low sweep, and that one would be even better because it would give us a way higher risk to reward than we have right now. All right. Also, I do expect a 0.5 retest of this daily candle. Where the heck it's extend? Okay, the other. All right, perfect. So even that area, it's plausible, which is exactly I saw earlier when I was doing some analysis. I was looking at the levels. It's falling exactly in the 78.6 fib. Yeah, there is a probability that market will push straight to 121,000. So again, absolutely no damn reason to be bearish here. I see absolutely no reason. And I think it's about the time to lock yourself in, get, I don't know, private, and get out from the noise from X, because there's a lot of noise on X with people saying, okay, it's booked, it's going to zero. That was it. See you in 4 years from now. We are far from that in regarding to the local move on 4 hour to daily. I do expect that market should go in 153, something around here, 151 to 165, and that would actually mark the top on, yeah, the top move on Bitcoin. We can have something like this, an AB, yeah, or something like this one actually. AB equals CD, and still it points higher. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's lower a little bit the time frame. I'm curious about this one. Look at this Monday. Let me check Monday. Look at this Monday low, for example, here. Same stuff. Yeah, I wanted to highlight this. You can observe that lately, especially due to the fact that we have this highly volatile and full of news environment. Look at the Monday lows. What do you observe here? Look at the Monday lows. Yeah, you observe a pattern already? Because there's already lots of people looking at those lows, and market, if it's in the final phase, I think it will make the things a little bit more difficult. And this is technical, factual stuff. It's not subjective or my opinion or someone else's opinion. It's exactly what the market is doing. The market is actually leaving the liquidity behind. And I saw lots of people who are actually sidelined. Yeah, who are actually saying, okay, I sold everything and that's it. I'm waiting for the retest. Well, good luck. Market became a little bit more difficult than people are expecting, and that's why we have to execute accordingly. So you can see each Monday low was left untapped, and market just rallied higher and higher. I like the structure here. PJ posted last night a setup on this area. I did spoke about this range here. It's nothing else but a range. and you could have waited for a reclaim on 15 minutes, and you could have went with something like this eventually. But you can see, pretty easy and straightforward range setup, nothing else. I also posted, even on Twitter, if I'm not wrong, I posted this one, 2 to 1. There you go. It took profit. So I had multiple setups going on here. This 2 to 1 was pretty clear. It did took profit now. I'm just waiting for executing another one. I don't know who's Dr. P, and I don't care about the Dr. P. Don't speak about scammers in the comments, please. Keep the scammers out. Let them scam. Let them do their job. That's for the public. You're not the public. If you really want to make money, you're not the public. All right? And don't speak about scammers, because these guys, they are scammers. That's what they're doing. They didn't sold anything because they don't have anything. All right. So right now, if you're looking at the market, let's put a VWAP on the Monday candle. All right. Is this a Monday candle for sure? Yeah. All right. You can see we are rejecting POC. Is not something unusual. That's why I even had to take profit at a POC here. POC and 61.8 was my take profit from the initial 2 to 1 pretty safe setup that I took. This one. Make the money, get out from the market, and look for the next bag, for the next trade. Pretty clean one, played out. Next bus. Now what I'm expecting from the FOMC meeting and how the volatility might be playing out. I do expect that this low, the Monday low, should hold. Let's take out the trades. But if they want to FU some late people at the party, or some people that might try to, I don't know how to put it, but some people that might try to outsmart the market and say, well, and they didn't get into a long last night here at the lows, there is a pretty high probability for the market to give a retest here on this high probability, low risk entry at 114,800. Therefore, I do think that if we get this area, we can target something like this. Okay, let's go with 11 and 17,000. And you can go with a 3 to 1 risk to reward. I think this one is pretty safe, pretty clean setup. And it gives you some room for the swing failure if it will happen here. Look at the, yeah, there you go. So even if it happens something like this, it will be still all right. So I think I'll take this one. If you want to be a greedy goblin, I don't know, you can go with a 4R and give it only some wiggle room, but it's up to you and how are you framing setup. But I really like this one, and I think I'll go with this one with the equal lows, value area low, and low risk buying area. So let's take a snippet of this one, because then everyone will tell me, especially the Discord guys, well, I know you don't have time to, maybe sometimes you're driving or at work, and I should post them. All right. And as I said, look for a potential short here, and maybe here 121,000. But definitely I'm looking for longs. Let's go into Ethereum. What do you guys say? 92 people, man. I do think that not enough of you have. Go and leave a shitty comment if you want. Say, Stefan, you're ugly or whatever. But let's get everyone on board, because we'll get into the juicy setups. And So retweet and like that one. We'll go into juicy setups, and I think a lot of people will be appreciating that one and will be wanting to maybe position themselves for what's upcoming. All right, so I like this one. I'll take it. Next one, Ethereum. We spoke about Bitcoin. Let's go on Ethereum. Let's delete everything. Let's go on weekly time frame and see what's going on. Based on what happened here on this area, I can safely presume that each fair value gap is holding the bullish order flow and the thesis, and that means only one thing. Yeah, what do you think it means? It means higher, right? We have this swing failure pattern, but I do think that is just a bait in order for public, yeah, for the majority to create a bearish bias and say, oh, look at total tree, look at Ethereum, it's swing failure. Now it should go to zero or it should go way lower. No, that's not the case because the rotation just started and you can see it here. So the rotation barely started. If you want to look on Ethereum, you'd be looking for something like this, 8,600, something like that, on this area, or even 9.8. I had some fib levels, but they are not on this chart. So way higher incoming for Ethereum. But then if we are zooming in, you can see that weekly FEGs are holding. We have good reactions. Market is ranging a little bit, and I'll show you the range. Let's go on 3 days and see what's going on. 100 people almost. Hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. On 3 days, I really like this demand which has formed here. I really like it. It's a prominent structure emphasis on this week's the upside. And also you can see the little tingly lines. This is also the previous all-time high. We have some bullish structure here, but let's go up on the potential scenarios, and then we'll be creating some context around what's going on. So this is clearly a range. Yeah, you can see it. Deviation at the low, deviation at the highs. We treat it as a range for the moment. High time frame, definitely it's a trend, it's a bullish uptrend. But for the moment, to make money, we don't care about that uptrend because we are already positioned from under $2,000. As we discussed a lot, you can go on my Twitter, you can search Ethereum, and you'll see that I screamed like a retard person to load up, and I was loading up everything that's below this deviation. Everything that was below this one was by me, and I loaded up massively here at the swing failure of this pivot low. And you can go on X, everything it's documented and it's written down there. As for the range that we are sitting right now, how we can trade it. Well, daily, you can see that this FEG is not caring too much about the structure. And I was expecting actually to swing failure Sunday low, hold it, and then go for the Saturday high here. Yeah. And you can see that on Ethereum, actually, we have 2 draw of liquidity, Sunday and Saturday high. These ones will be taken 99%. But now the question comes where should we position ourselves in a long in order to take advantage of that potential move? And basically, this is the first area where you want to look for that positioning yourself. Let's look at some create more context and see what's going on here. So definitely price should stay above this one, because if we get a displacement and the underlying retest of this range highs, it means it accepted below and it's back inside the range, and we'll be playing this range once again, and then I will be longing here. It's a thesis that it's possible, it's probable. I only play probabilities. You can go back and you can stop the video and you will see the entry for Bitcoin. Uh, so anything can happen, and our duty is not to predict and say, okay, the market will do that and will do that. No, our job is to be prepared and create scenarios based on which we are executing the setups. Easy stuff. And on this scenario here, so we are at the first level. What I like about this one is if we look at the 4-hour and high time frame candles, we can see that lots of people had stop losses here, because there's still a lot of people that are trailing via the market structure. And you can see this is the swing low, which created a new high, took that liquidity. Now, if we want to look at the potential long, as we did here on Bitcoin for limit order, Ethereum is a bit weaker, which is not necessarily a bad idea. We have a LJ short trend line here. You can see we make the first W of the session. Let's go with this one, and then take profit to the range highs. And I'm not kidding. Let's take it. It looks like like a head and shoulder here. All right. Uh, let's go a little bit on 4 hours. 4-hour candle will be closing in 9 minutes. What I like about this 4-hour candle, you can see, which will be closing right now, it took this liquidity. Actually, you can put a stop loss below the 4-hour candle. That way it's safer in my opinion. And it took this one here. Yeah, I don't know if you can observe. But what can happen at 4MC, it's actually to take a new one, like for example this one, but that would be another a different setup. But if we're speaking isolated about this potential inverse head and shoulder, let's see some OBV also. Previous 4-hour low, Asia low, all right. I don't care about that one. I don't care about this one. I don't care about that one. Let's look at OBV. If it tells a story or not. This low. All right. Yeah, look at this one here. I like it. And I like that market is Wing out. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's go on 5-15 minutes. All right. I like this wick to the downside here, and the fact that we just swing failure this flat bottom and took it as support. Would have been a nice shark setup if you had a chance to take it here. 9. This was when PJ was live actually. Could have taken it. I like it. Enna, it's a pooper. Yeah, I don't like Enna. After what, how aggressively it manipulated every move, and man, the structure was looking absolutely great. And then out of nowhere, it was just busting random moves. I mean, look at, and I get the news and stuff like that. Here we had some news. I mean, look at this crap. You have bullish structure here, then invalidates it. I don't even want to take this one in consideration right now. So let it cool off. It had its 5 minutes of glory. Now it needs to cool off a little bit. All right. So right here, I'm just speculating a potential head and shoulder pattern. Maybe it's not that great to foresee that one. Even if you took this one, you can see here. Let me check it out. Yeah, it took even this low here. Well, it can work. It can work. But definitely would have been way nicer. The structure is pretty ugly to have sort of a breakout, reclaim the trend line. This trend line, which you can see it comes from, well, these 2 points. I think it looks different on a high time frame and on a low time frame. Let me check it out. Yeah, 4 hour it looks different. All right, so in my opinion, this one looks all right to look for a long here. Definitely with a FOMC around the corner, and if you want to play swing failure and violent moves like this, I'd go with the swing failure of all this liquidity here as the lows, reclaim, and then you have a range low, range high, and a good risk to reward. So you can be wrong 8 times with this kind of setup and make money. Yeah, and still make money. That's why having clear setups and plans matters a lot when it comes to trading. All right. Also, this channel looks like it's holding. Well, not the best one, but it's there. Not the best one. Oh yeah. So when I'm changing the time frame, it just is just effing around um, with my channel. All right. Let's look a little bit at Bitcoin dominance because I want to see if there is a probability for our Ethereum to have a success on that regard. Looks like a 3 drives here actually. You can see it 1, 2, 3. That would trigger some pumps, I think. Let's look at Ethereum Bitcoin. Ethereum BTC. BTC. Yeah, it took Monday low, you can see it. That's bullish. Took Monday low. If we are speaking about this intermediate range, actually, you can see some resistance, support, resistance, and now we are retesting that area. So definitely, I think Ethereum will catch up if it's respecting this key horizontal supply and demand area. So yeah, that's a valid setup and it can succeed. But it's 0.5. I want to lower the risk before FOMC. As I observed since yesterday, the market structure is not that well respected lately. So, and Bitcoin has been really strong on this environment. I don't know, you guys see the entry on Bitcoin, or is just one person that cannot see the entry on Bitcoin? If you're watching on a, I don't know, there you go. I don't like spoon feeding, but I did that this time. Okay, let's go on total and I don't know, charts like that. Um, you can see my main buying area here. You can go on X and analyze and search total tree, and then you'll see. what I like about Total Tree is that we absolutely bunkered this area to get us support here, and this is just very, very bullish structure. And I do think that in a matter of days, we'll be looking at something like really violent to the upside, something like this, in just a matter of few days. Because this is damn bullish, and even if you go with this high here, will be I would be expecting a rally into the highs there. So it's looking damn good, and I do think that market is looking very good. I don't know, guys. I'm not bearish. If you want biased people, you can search somewhere else, but I'm not bullish or bearish. I'm just looking at the market and trying to create context, see what we can trade, see if we can make some money, and be as objectively as possible. Because anyway, this environment it's full of subjective opinions, and I think being objective is what matters. So way higher incoming. If we go on 4 hours, you can see some W's price action here, and actually the same stuff happening. Actually, the structure on total is looking way better than on Bitcoin or Ethereum, and it's way more cleaner and crisper if you look at it. Okay. This one looks like it's reclaimed, so it should hold above the neckline of this W with this candle. It should hold above. Then we got this area. So it's just a compression on low time frame right there. But I still expect, as I said earlier, to go higher. Let's go on total 3. I didn't had my buy the shit out of the altcoin scenario on total 3 like I had it here, if you remember. Here I had it. So I had my scenario, uh, but I'm well positioned. I do not care about this one. Now, if you ask me, well, Stefan, what do you think about the street drive? Because I saw it everywhere on internet. It's cooked. It took the original consolidation high. Yeah, all right, it did that. But and now we have a 3 drives, and I sold everything. I saw people selling everything. Well, up to them. I don't know what the heck you can sell. You can sell your Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yeah, they did. But Ethereum here, I mean, it barely took the previous all-time high. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I know I am, but that's another story. But yeah, cutting the crap out. No, this one has to go way, 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 way higher. I think total should hit about 12 million, something like this, 11 to 12. This area, but maybe, and I'm sure I'm retarded. But the fun begins actually only after we take this high and start consolidating and going higher. That's when the fun begins. So I still expect way higher incoming. Let's go to our fun fun chart, others. Others is holding pretty nice. You can see here. I loaded last night. I loaded some altcoins. I was speaking with the guys there on Twitter. I was speaking even with Albert on Discord, guys. This is looking damn bullish, right? If you look at it treated objectively as a range. You can see we just entered. So this push is just an entry in this range. You can see it here. Or if you can see it, if you cannot see it, then it means that you do it on purpose, subjectively, and you're biased because you sold your bags. It happens, all right? It's all right, or it's not. But we just re-entered this range, yeah. Yes, could have been better to have a more aggressive re-entry and reclaim of this range, something like this. Push into the mid-range, maybe swing failure this high, and then dump and have this high probability, low risk entry, and then target the range highs. Yeah, could have been. But I expect that one to happen today or tomorrow. What did you say? Yeah, I expect market to rally like crazy. Just my 2 cents. Because the market dumped, this is quite bullish for me. And we had this dump, and I saw lots of uh, depression. Uh, Lots of people liquidated. Lots of people mad about how the market is moving. And then you'll ask me, well, how can you say that it's good? Well, you need to think like a market maker, and they want to have as low as possible, like as few as possible people in their boat before going up. All right, so in the same thesis, like I put it last time on Bitcoin, you can analyze Monday lows. Well, I'll wait for the Monday low sweep and then I will long the altcoins. Same like here, I'll wait for the Monday low sweep and I will long altcoins. I don't know if you observe the pattern, but where the heck is Sundays? Okay, this is another case. But they're pretty, there's uh, going on this front running of the liquidity. And I think it's um, pretty much because of the time where we are. It's a little bit late in the cycle, guys. And if you followed us lately, you should know what will happen when you get this late into the cycle. Things will get nuts, parabolic, even though your favorite influencers, they say, okay, the top is in. All right. Also, look at this insanely big ass W on others. It's on a monthly basis, so it's not, look at the monthly. Yeah. Look at the last W on a monthly basis. Look at the last W on a monthly basis. That was the beginning. Guys, we are here. You are here now. You are here now. You understand it? I think I will block you if you have requests like that. I mean, put the time and effort. It's good that PJ is not here because he would have been blocked already. Let me. All right. Good. So focus on this. Look objectively at what is going on the chart, guys. Objectively, yeah, not subjective, not with opinions and stuff like that. Yeah, look at it purely objective. Same stuff. Look at this big white W. Yeah, retest and higher. So I don't know. Look at the monthly W here. We have so much supply going on. Look at the selling pressure happened on altcoins here. And now we just reclaimed. Well, yeah, indeed, we don't have a monthly, but on weekly, we have already an indication that that happened. Because you can see this area, which was supply, now it's taking as support based on the previous weekly candle. So this is just a bullish retest. Indeed, market can spend a little bit more time here consolidating this area, but range highs for a low time frame period, range highs is the next target. And then if we go on 4 hours, we can see some W's price action here uh, going on. And indeed, maybe, I don't know, we'll take that Monday low. I have no idea. But essentially, what I want to say is that on weekly and daily basis, everything is looking absolutely insane. And now let's go to some shit coins. Not this one. Um, well, this one, I took the partial here and then I'm out. But what you can observe, what happened on Koti, for example, look at nicely, how nicely it cleaned up the equal highs, the equal lows, sorry, here. And then did a proper bullish retest on this one. Look at how nicely it happened. And everyone last night was like, oh my God, they're going to zero. I'm selling everything. Well, good luck. Actually added to my bags last night. Um, but maybe I'm just stupid. So I think market is will be looking something like this in 1 week from now or 2 weeks. 2, 3 weeks from now, we'll see this. On a daily basis, yeah, I think we'll see this one. All right. Yeah, he was blocked. Let's go on the shitcoins now and see what we can find. Let's delete this one. This one is looking pretty interesting, and I'm waiting for a sweep of all this liquidity. That's a very damn nice setup here. Even the retest of this damn it, little order block. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if it goes even for that one. No, I will not do TA on ENA, and there's another coin that I will not do TA. I forgot about it. But I don't want to hear about those ones anymore. If you're on Discord, you know why. We'll be going on my list, and then you can make some requests. ICP, ICP under the water. This one I took uh, it was a swing long basically here. I like the structure and I like the fact that it was trying to double you out on the other side of the trend line, but it is what it is. Uh, and I'll not try to add or anything to that one. Okay. And as I said, go on weekly and observe the structure, guys. For me, there's a lot of W's going on and lots of potential inverse head and shoulder. I don't know if you saw them, but I was looking last night when I was just adding to my trades and I saw shit tons of inverse head and shoulder charts. Like lots of them. Lots of them. Look at this one, 3 tap. Yeah. The structure, it looks exactly like it was looking on CFX. Okay. We have a feel on FET. I know I've been asked yesterday, well, what about FET? Should we take the long? Uh, you guys should know what I was speaking about this one. Well, why wouldn't you take the long? If I posted it, if it's there and it's for some time already there, why wouldn't you take the trade? Look at the trade now. So this one was a nice trade. As I said, wait for the cleanup of all this liquidity and retest of the low risk buy area and then buy the shit out of it. Yeah. Well, guess we've been lucky once again. All right. I saw the ZEC chart. Yeah. I saw you posted it this morning. It looks damn nice. Uh, so I get it sometimes. I get it why a lot of people are panicking when it comes to trading and they are unable to execute their plan. Issue with this is that when you're trading and if you don't have a clear plan, uh, what will happen is actually you will panic in cases like a flash dump like we had yesterday. You'll panic a lot and you won't know what to do. You won't know how to react. Pepe, I looked at it. It's too high. Maybe if it goes here, I will load up a little bit. So if you want to go with something like this and then target the highs, that would be all right. You can see this internal liquidity range. 0.5 rejecting 3 times already. And then you can look for a sell around here. Altcoin, I don't even want to speak about this one because it's looking good. There's shitcoin. Ah, I have an entry on OM. I need to check my swing account. I didn't open it today. All right. OP. I don't have an entry on this one, seems like. And our Ethereum long, it's running. Not bad. They, uh, I posted this one yesterday on Twitter because there is a lot of people not understanding where we are at, and having that zoomed in overview over a 10% dump that we had yesterday, which is absolutely normal. Lots of people were panicking, so I felt the need to uh, highlight a little bit the fact that we should zoom out. Yeah, so people, you should zoom out and be more cautious when it comes to those kind of moves. All right. For example, I added to my IMX bag and look at IMX here. I bought a little bit here. Now I saw it was one of the top performers, and you can see it was actually a damn bullish retest. So I really don't get it. I really don't get it why people are panicking and I don't know, running left and right when you should follow trades and clear setups and not opinions. I will be looking at Linea too. Tia, same stuff here. Look at the daily W retest. Look at the 4-hour W forming here. I think altcoins will look like this one. This is how altcoins will look. If you don't have some longs or some positions, I don't know. You do what you know better. Okay. Trump. I have a feel on Trump. I was waiting for this feel for a long period. Nice. ES is just skyrocketing. My top is at about 7,000, so it has lots of room to go higher. I don't know. Market is looking good. I want to keep it more than 1 hour. I'll be keeping it at 1 hour. But all these coins that you guys are asking, just go on the weekly basis and you can see XAI. I'm pretty bullish on this one. I have a bag. It's looking damn good. And if you look at this previous area of S&R, you can see it takes it as support and we should go way higher. Same stuff with Mana. Even PJ discussed about this chart. It's looking good. I have a spot bag. I was waiting for a trade here. That would have been the trade actually. And we are triggering a 4-hour W on Ethereum. Not yet. Hey, look at this flat bottom candle. So this one will be revisited. Looks like a trap. That entry will be revisited once again. So I'll be making it risk-free at 1-to-1 and maybe add back to my winning trade once we retest that entry. Because I think it will be retested. Dun, 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 dun. I have lots of new followers lately, but what comes, it's like a double-edged sword because indeed lots of them, but the education part is lacking. And well, it's part of our job to educate the people. It's part of our job. Not easy, but we do our best. You have any questions, guys? I'll take 2, 3 requests, not more than that. Portal. Let's go on a weekly basis. I like Portal. The risk to reward is there, but what I don't like is continuously rejecting this damn listing price. The structure is bullish here. You can see this is a pretty bullish structure. And I would like to see this reclaim here and to stay above it. And then, man, then the risk to reward is absolutely juicy. So if you ask me, I have a bag on spot. You can do whatever you like, but with that information. But I do have a bag, yeah. Let's go 15, 5. Yeah, we need to wait. I think New York will have some fun with this consolidation. If will not do something like this, I'll be getting risk free because there is a probability for the New York to do something like this, and that would be a real nice entry. But this consolidation screams higher, screams potential reversal. All right, I will not prolong it too much. We have lots of setups going on, as I said earlier, lots of setups going on, and the risk to reward is very good, very, very, very good. Now it's up to you what you do with this information and how you're positioning yourself. But uh, I think we are slowly coming to an end with this crypto event and with this bull market. So you have to be really careful uh, when it comes to your plan and how you will execute your plan. And if you don't have one, well, that's sad because it will result in losses in the end. So be careful with that one. We'll be streaming again in 4 hours at New York trading session. Let's be careful with the total risk allocated, especially on low time frames, with the setups that you play because FOMC weak and the trading environment is not that best, especially on low time frame. The structure is not respected that well, so be careful. That being said, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and we'll be hearing in the next trading session. Bye bye.